Why the world is different because of social media. Brands and businesses still don't understand this fully. Every single company that you can think of is affected by this. Some to a greater extent than others, but everyone has to understand how social media is changing things. Heck, screw social media. Just think of the fact that everyone has a smartphone now and they can take photos or videos or record audio whenever they want. You know why this is such a big issue? Why you need to look into social media? Because if you do something bad, it can ripple into thousands of people, tens of thousands of people, maybe millions of people. And if you have a company that serves millions of customers, you can be easily screwed over so many ways because of the virality effect of good or bad social media. So let me give you some concrete examples. UPS, for instance. There's this one employee who delivered a laptop and he literally threw the laptop over the fence onto the other side, breaking the laptop in order to, get somewhere faster. Who knows why he did it? The point is, it was caught by the security camera, posted onto the internet, posted onto social sharing websites like reddit.com, and that spread like wildfire, and it got millions upon millions of people to be exposed to it. And guess what happened from there? That's a ton of negative press, ton of negative PR. A lot of customers swore off of UPS, and that hurt their company and brand and reputation tremendously. The same thing happened with a pizza delivery service. I mean, this happens all the time in terms of pizza companies for some reason. I forgot what company, but I think it was Domino's. There was footage caught of two Domino's employees doing horrible stuff to a pizza. I think they were like peeing on a pizza, spitting on it, and all sorts of, shenanigans. And it was caught on the security camera and released on the internet. You can guess what kind of crap that will do. Let's give you a pop culture example of this. Iggy Azalea, she's a very famous rapper. She has millions of followers on a lot of her social media platforms. And it's a weird thing because now she's sworn off of it because it was too much verbal abuse and negativity for her to deal with. So it goes to show you that social media is not necessarily good for everything. However, back when she used to personally use her Twitter, she got delivered a pizza. And because she used her personal cell phone information to verify her pizza delivery process, the man who delivered the pizza realized it was Iggy Azalea and leaked that number to a bunch of his friends. His friends spread it to a bunch of their friends, and soon Iggy was being bombarded on the phone. She literally sent 20 tweets in a row complaining about Domino's and how horrible it was, and it led to this huge bloodbath on the internet. The only real winner in that scenario was a very smart and socially savvy frozen pizza delivery service, which called DiGiorno's. It's very well known. They sell millions of pizzas. They have great branding, and their Twitter account pretty much tweeted to Iggy Azalea, hey, you should have bought DiGiorno's. It's frozen pizza. You don't have to deal with all this delivery service problem. And that got thousands of retweets and favorites and maybe some good press for that company. And this still happens to this day, even as of right now. On a recent US Airways flight, a lady was literally kicked off of the plane by a flight attendant because she had failed to hear a man behind her tell her to move. And this man complained to the flight attendant, and the flight attendant was very strict and told her, get off the plane, get off the plane. And she left the plane crying and weeping. Here's how it differs from how it was 50 years ago. Someone had a smartphone, like pretty much 99% of people do nowadays. And they recorded the whole thing, and they put it onto YouTube. And this was submitted to social sharing websites like Reddit, and this thing blew up. Guess what? Same thing. Horrible press for a company that has a ton of coverage, a ton of customers, and a ton of people on the internet. And this will spread like wildfire. It's getting tons and tons of horrible negative feedback in the comments, and this is just not good. So here's the thing though. Social media does not necessarily have to be a horrible bad thing that you want to protect your company and employees from. It can work in the same way in the opposite direction. If an employee goes above and beyond, above the natural call of duty, now more than any time in history, although in the past it still did the same thing, uh, but it would more so ripple across in terms of goodwill in the local town level. Now it can go nationwide very quickly. But if someone goes above and beyond, and truly above and beyond, this can be captured and put on the social media and spread like crazy. Now, don't get your hopes up. If you're not $1 million company, then your reach may not be that huge. But you'd be surprised. Sometimes it is still as huge. Sometimes, it's still better than no coverage at all. And that goodwill and that reputation will help you in the long run. I think in all these cases, companies have to realize this and start educating and taking care of their employees and letting them know how to protect themselves, how to be prepared for this stuff, and why they should go above and beyond. I really felt what happened was that the flight attendant was just so flustered and not sure what to do that she ended up deciding to be very forcible, and she made her decision. She wanted to kick this woman off the plane. This woman was weeping and crying and saying that, she literally just didn't hear the man behind her. And I guess this woman was maybe inexperienced and she didn't know any better, or she just wanted to be professional and she was inexperienced, so she thought she had to kick this woman off the plane. So that's what she did. And it seemed to me that she had made up her mind very early on, and basically she let this go. And you can imagine what happened. And she threatened to bring in officers to take this woman off the plane, and it was this whole mess. And that's what can happen. So that's all I gotta say. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video.